Good morning, everybody. Top of the morning to you. As my dad used to say, my name's Kirby Wright, and I'm calling in from Estill Springs, Tennessee. It's 40 degrees this morning, a beautiful day, and welcome to the wake-up call. We got a great topic this morning, and my role here mainly is to introduce the host of the call this morning, who happens to be my wife of 41 years and my best friend. So I'll hand the call over to Miss Cindy Wright.
All right. Thank you, Kirby. It's actually be 41 in February.
I'm counting ahead.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Wake Up Call. We are on Chapter 17, Your Greatest Obstacle, in the book Little Things Matter by Todd Smith. This is a really good topic. This is kind of a long chapter. So anyway, I'll get started. He said, if I had to identify the single most important factor in personal achievement, it would be discipline. He said, the ability to do what you know you should do even when you don't feel like doing it. I'm going to read that again. The ability to do what you know you should do even when you don't feel like doing it. How many of you are thinking about that right now? Like, I should be going to work out this morning. I should be doing this, okay? Well, you got to do it even if you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is lacking. It can be the biggest obstacle between your goals and your accomplishments, but having it is the ultimate accelerator of results. He said, here's what I mean. He said, I started selling real estate when I was 23 years old. Young and inexperienced, I was at a distinct disadvantage when going head-to-head with experienced and successful realtors. He said, I knew something had to turn the tide in my favor. Of course, I focused on little things to make a good impression. However, the one thing that turbocharged my income more than any other single factor was my self-discipline. Every day, he said, I sat in my little cubicle, struggling to breathe and my heart beating out of my chest. He said, I picked up the phone and made call after call after call, pushing myself out of my comfort zone. I kept making calls until I got appointments. By the end of my first full year, I had sold over 60 homes and earned over $250,000. While all the little things I did played a role in my success, nothing played a larger role than my discipline. He said, here are 10 ways to develop discipline. Number one, make a personal commitment. The first step in achieving any goal is to make a commitment to become a disciplined person. This commitment means you will become a do-it-now person and that you will no longer procrastinate doing things you know you should do. That's a good thing. Do it now. Focus on your goals. Review your goals every morning before you start your day. Pick a quiet place where you can concentrate and visualize. Put yourself in a state of mind where you have achieved your goal and let your imagination go. You're basking in the satisfaction of a job well done. What does it look like? What does it feel like? The burning desire that comes from within to achieve your goals will help you to take action. Number three, do what you don't want to do first. This is a good one. As you plan your day, block out the time to do those things first that require the most discipline, whatever it is, whether it's prospecting, exercising, cleaning the house, do it first. You'll be amazed how the feeling of accomplishment stays with you throughout the day. Then he says, get enough rest. A good night's sleep is essential to maintaining a high energy level. He said, eat right. Eating right helps to maintain focus and optimize energy levels. Start your day with a breakfast high in protein and low in simple carbs. Number 6, start doing the little things. Start becoming more disciplined by doing the little things you know you should do, like making your bed, keeping your car clean, taking the garbage out, picking up after yourself. As you become more disciplined in doing the little things, you will become more disciplined in doing the big things. And number 7, make the decision in advance. If you're going to tackle an important project in the morning, then don't second guess your decision in the morning. If you make the decision to exercise every morning at 6 o'clock, then don't allow yourself to question your decision when you feel like sleeping in. The decision is made follow through with it. That's easier said than done. Number 8, make it a routine. Set up a routine for doing things you don't want to do. If you are in sales, set up a routine to prospect for new business every morning from 9 to 11. If you want to be physically fit, then make exercising a routine. Number 9, get an accountability partner. Do you have a friend, your spouse, a coworker who shares a common goal? And if so, agree to hold each other accountable in doing what you both need to do. Number 10, reward yourself. When you do the things that require discipline, recognize and reward yourself after you're done. If you just finish a big project, dine at your favorite restaurant, or do something special to celebrate. If you've been disciplined over an extended period of time, perhaps a weekend getaway would be appropriate. Consistent discipline in all areas of your life will yield multiple rewards beyond increased productivity. You'll feel more confident and more motivated towards achieving your goals, and you'll feel proud of the person you're becoming. It doesn't get any better than this, feeling that you have done something you didn't want to do, but you did it anyway. This is just a huge chapter, y'all, in our business lives, in our personal lives, in our marriages, all of those things, because it requires discipline. It is so easy to just say, nah, I don't think I'll do that today, or nah, I'll put that off till this afternoon. I'll do it tomorrow. I mean, I'm guilty of it all the time. So, Kirby, I'll give it to you for your comments.
All right. Well, first of all, congratulations to everybody that dialed in today, because that's an act of discipline. You got up a little early maybe, I don't know, especially if you're on the West Coast, and dialed into this wake-up call. And that 15 minutes a day, I would just encourage you to use that as an exercise of discipline, because this 15-minute call can get your day started right, and having the discipline to dial in every single day, Monday through Friday, to find out what's going on and to kind of get your day started is an act of discipline that can pay off in big dividends. Now, when it comes to discipline, I'm always relating it to exercise and working out, because I've been working out pretty much all my life. And I'm not super consistent. I'm not rigidly consistent, but I try to be. But I know that if I don't do it, or if I slip a couple of days, then I could slip into the, a week or two of not working out. So I have to make myself have the discipline to get to the gym, in my case, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, each week. And that keeps me on track. And it's the little things, what Cindy just read, those 10 pieces of this discipline that he broke it down. I read that earlier, and then I heard her read it today, and I thought, man, I got to read that again, because there's so much in those 10 points that makes so much sense. It's probably worth going through it again, because I read it before, and then when I heard Cindy say it, I'm like, well, there's more there that I missed the first time. So I would encourage you, if you don't have the book, I believe there's an online version that you can download, but review that chapter, especially those 10 points on discipline, because there's a lot of meat there. I was just looking at some notes, and I think that was pretty much it. But it is really the key to success. And if we don't have that discipline, like Cindy said, things will drift away and we'll be off track. So before you get into the discipline that you're looking to execute, you got to have some really clear goals, because if you don't know where you're going and what your steps are along the way, then you can't even have the discipline. Doesn't matter. Okay, so before you get into whatever it is that you're planning to do, make sure you've got a really clear-cut goal, because if your goal is clear enough and you want it strong enough, then it will pull you in the direction of that goal. And as long as you're daily committing those acts of discipline to get you there, you will get there. So great chapter, a lot of great stuff here. Cindy, I'll give it back to you for final comments.
All right. Well, he says the challenge for everyone, he said, over the next several days, be intentional about being more disciplined. If you have neglected to return a call or an email, do it now. If you have a project with an impending deadline, sit at your desk and get it done. If there's something waiting to be done at home, don't procrastinate. From this point forward, use positive self-talk and say, if I don't feel like doing it, then I must do it now. I think we all should write that down. If I don't feel like doing it, then I must do it now. Then without further delay, do it. And he ends with saying, one of the most important keys to success is having the discipline to do what you know you should do even when you don't feel like doing it. I think that we should all have that on our mirror, because every day I know we experience that. It's like you just think, oh, I've got to do this, but I think I'll do this instead. I know I need to get that done, but I think I'll do this first, and then you wake up, the next morning and you're like, darn, I didn't do that yesterday, because you didn't make it a priority, because you were putting it off. Whatever the reason is, it really is about, okay, I know I need to get it done, so I'm going to do it right now, and then just get it done and then feel good about yourself. I mean, it is amazing how you feel when you achieved even something little as a project that you're doing at home, or something that, a prospect you've been meaning to call, or somebody you really want to follow up with, but you really don't feel like, because you're not sure what they're going to say, and you're nervous about what they're going to say. And if they tell you no, then that's going to, you're thinking, oh, that's going to ruin my day, or then blah, 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 whatever. But you know what? It's just, what they tell you today is going to be the same today as it will be tomorrow. So you might as well go on and call them and get it over with. So, all right, with that, hope everybody has some discipline today and do those things. And even if you don't want to do them anyway. So I'll give it back to you to close out, Kirby.
All right, thank you. I will be honest in that I make a list of items to do pretty much every day, and then I have been guilty of looking at that list going, okay, that's an easy one. I want to do that first. I've even gone with my list. It's kind of funny. I'm curious how many people do this, but I'll go and it's on my mind but never made it on my list. I'll go do it, and then I go back to my list and make an action item of what I just did so that I can mark it off. But what I'm getting at is that that kind of sick feeling of dread that you feel when you run into that thing that you know you need to do but you don't want to do it, that's the one you got to push through, because your body will tell you, for me anyway, I have this kind of nauseous feeling like, oh gosh, I don't want to do that. That's going to be hard. It's going to be ugly or whatever it is. And I dread that, and that feeling of dread is what I feel, but I've got to push through that to get where I need to get. And if we know that, if we really understand that we've got our goal and we know that we must be disciplined, when that feeling comes up in your gut, just recognize that's probably a good thing, because that's your body saying you got to do something that you don't want to do, but you need to do it. So just get her done. And with that, I'm going to unmute the lines.
Thank you.
Hey,
Good
job.
Thank you. Great call.